I'm Sterling Sessions. I first met Sam Weller in June 1946 here in Salt Lake City in the old Weller's bookstore on 2nd South. I had been invited to go to the Eastern Seaboard for a couple of years, and I knew of an individual who had written a book on a prominent religious figure in Utah, which was a household name, and I thought it might be appropriate to buy a biography of that individual by this person who had written the story, who lived at the time in New England. I tried to find the book in Salt Lake City without avail. I've heard of being banned in Boston. I think it might have originated in Salt Lake City. Couldn't find a copy, and finally I wandered into the 2nd South store of Weller's and visited with Sam Weller's father and Sam, and of course they did have the book for sale, and I procured it and read it quite thoroughly and still have it in my library. From that humble beginning, meeting with Sam, we've been friends for years and years and years, and I've virtually filled our house with books from Weller's and a few other sites, and now I'm in the wonderful stage of giving much of it away to our family and friends. But over the years I have appreciated not only the character of Sam, but also the integrity of the store and the wonderful people who work for the store and have done. They're gracious, they're friendly, and above all they are informed. Shortly after, many years after actually, I was in London, and at least I've been told it was London I was in. One person said Bath, whatever. And I found the antecedent of the Weller's bookstore in Salt Lake City, but then it was Sam Weller's in England, and they did not distribute books, they distributed beverages and spirits. I sent a photograph of the ancestral store to Sam, and I guess he must have got a chuckle out of it, and of course I think it's ironic that now Sam Weller's in Salt Lake City is not only selling books but also selling beverages, so they've come full circle. Over the years, of course, we've bought a lot of books from Sam, many first editions, and we cherish these books. And books, of course, are like friends. We've filled 2 rooms with them. We're not in the 100,000 volume league yet, but many of these choice volumes from Weller's were found for me by Sam, who could go to any of the hundreds of thousands of books and find the exact place where the book was placed. And of course that's not news to any of the people who work here, but it's a wonderful pleasure to be able to have that kind of resource here in Salt Lake City. Through the years, of course, we have been close to Sam and Lila and going to lunch frequently and becoming very well acquainted with them. And of course knowing Tony and his wife, who are carrying on the tradition of Weller's, which I think is critically important when you have such an important asset in the community, to make sure that it will be managed properly in the years to come, and of course they're certainly in good hands now. I can say nothing more than just gild the lily, but I would like to end by one anecdote. This particular book, The Sailor's World, came to my attention as a result of having owned a couple of sailboats, one in the Virgin Islands, and I was very much enamored with sailing. And I liked the book, looked at it several times, and I told Sam, when this comes on the remainder list, please let me know. And I waited and I waited. Finally I received the book. And in the book was an invoice from Zion Bookstore, dated October 20th, 1977. Citing the fact that it cost $19.95 and a $2 discount, he said, "Dear Sterling," and going on to say he did not think the book would ever come on the remainder list, and as a consequence he would discount it 10% and send it on to me. The tail end of the note says, "With the understanding, if you were not satisfied, you are stuck. Sam Weller." That says about everything I ever want to say about Sam. They certainly broke the mold when he came to Earth. It's been wonderful to have them all here, everyone at Weller's, and I salute not only their past, but look anxiously forward to how they will shape their future.